Hello, and welcome back to not Journey to 3000. I am shifting to a new goal. Since 2022, I've been trying really hard, practicing every day to raise my elo as high as I can. And I've made significant progress. I've gotten UCF expert, and I have won some cool tournaments, but I've burnt myself out. My initial idea for recording this series was to force myself to vocalize my thoughts and make progress every day. But as time has gone on, I ended up burning out, which is why there hasn't been a video in a very long time. But today, I'm shifting focus, going back to my roots. I'm going to just try and enjoy the game, but also play some good moves. Because that's really, at the end of the day, elo, it's not everything. So I'm just going to head and click this button and play d4. And that's how we're going to start off. d4, knight f6. Classic c4. I think I might try exploring different openings as well. Not because it's a good idea, it's just because it might be fun to do. And you know what? I just want a week of chess where I'm just not trying to make progress with my game. Or maybe a month. But I just got to remember to enjoy the game some more. But here we go. We got a King's Indian, Fianchetto variation. I'll play mainline. Did I know? Alright, let's bring the bishop out. d6. Okay, I'm going to play e4, knight e2, f3, castles, and then maybe f4 later on the road. Okay, so he seems like he's going for a quick f4 here, which is why you would play that move. Maybe also opening up the bishop. The thing about this is that I don't really mind the quick f4. I think I might just castle. I might play f4 myself. But he can't push f5 yet. I'm not too worried about him taking. Should I be worried about him taking here? Since he moved his knight away, I'm tempted to go bishop e3, because now his knight can no longer kick my bishop. And now recapturing, I can recapture with the bishop. I'm suspecting he's going to play f4 after this, but since his bishop's not watching it, I have a very comfortable way to retake. So for that reason, I'm going to play bishop e3, because that just makes sense to me, the way he's playing his pieces. I mean, he's not really jumping in with his other pieces yet, so... Okay, here, maybe with a tempo. I'm now okay with playing this. He can't jump in. Here supports f5, but now we're in time to castle and play f4. And our knights support that very well. So I think I am going to play d5 here. I'm expecting this move. Castles, I'm expecting f5, I'm going to play f4. And I think my position is good. Especially because we got this jump covered. He recaptures with either piece. I'm recapturing with the knights. And that only improves my position. But same for him. Okay. So him not recapturing right away, I'm not sure exactly what to be doing here. But I don't see anything too incorrect about queen d2. Hinting at this idea. And also, the longer the game goes on, I'm guessing he's going to have to Fianchetto his bishop. I want to wait for one of his knights to move to capture anything. So I'm just going to try to make quality moves. And if he ever moves away, then I'll capture. But while these knight's here, I'm not capturing, and I assume he's thinking the same thing. So I'm thinking just good moves. I just need some good moves. And these are the most tricky moves to find. I think when the position's like relatively like we both got what we wanted, and now we need to maximize our positions before we make any significant pawn breaks. And the first person that flinches first, I think, is just going to be like this. I mean, this is what I wanted to do, right? So why is he doing it? Because he's not thinking long term. He's not thinking long-term quality moves. Although he does want to take the space. I admit that's there. But I think I can just comfortably respond with G3, although maybe he has G6. And then I have here. So I'm looking at some ideas now. Okay, G6 is fine. Knight here, I go here quite comfortably, and I might go here next move. Anyway, so I feel like our position has improved, but he's also gotten a square for his knight, so that's something I need to keep in mind. Moving this rook out of the way isn't necessarily a priority. This is pretty comfortable here. He's got no real way to kick this knight. Only a deflection of the queen, although the only piece this queen is... The only piece depending on this queen is the bishop, but the bishop's going to move here anyway. Like any surprise things here, maybe, but I don't think so. So this is how that's going. Now time is another issue. I do enjoy slower chess. I just like looking at a position for a long time and trying to figure out what's actually going on, as opposed to blitz and even rapid, where it's kind of like if you spend too much time enjoying the position, you're just going to lose on time. But here, you know, we're just trying to find some good moves. So it's something I perceive as kind of like a nothing move. Maybe he's trying to make this happen. If I play a4 here, am I allowing anything super nasty? I think he's just trying to get a4 himself in. And I think by playing this, I lock that down pretty well. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to spend too much time and try to catch up on the clock here. Yeah. So the action is going to be happening on the king side. So now I might be able to feel comfortable just swinging my rook over. I might even feel comfortable with a move like this now. Pawn takes, knight takes. The problem is my bishop. So maybe I go here first and put some pressure. Maybe this is the better move in general, pinning his knight to his desirable dark squared bishop. I'm going to try that. Although maybe now I'm giving him away into the position with pawn takes, knight here. But I could also do bishop takes, knight here. That doesn't seem great. So maybe that was a slight inaccuracy. Maybe I should just play rook here first. Maybe my knight is a little bit out of place, but maybe I just have to take it the bishop. I don't know. Yeah, I'm just feeling like our position's kind of awkward now. Well, that's a weird move. It's definitely a weird move. And with knight takes, actually, I didn't see that after knight takes I have this diagonal to work with, so it doesn't actually work for him. I'm quite comfortable switching diagonals. Both my rooks are becoming active. He's going to try pushing up, I'm guessing. I'm also going to swing to the side. The problem is he doesn't have this covered, so any jump here, I'm just going to go out of the way. Do I feel comfortable taking here? Taking here, knight takes. We get this square. Pawn takes, bishop takes, knight here. Sorry, bishop takes, bishop there, knight here. Bishop takes. He just can take it back with the bishop. So not entirely sure how I want to approach this, but he does get a backwards isolated pawn, so I'm just going to approach it from that angle. Knight takes. Save the bishop for the time being. Let his knights be a little bit redundant. He's going to go knight here, I'm guessing. Then I have to go knight here, or else this is going to pin my king to the whatever piece recaptures, which is unfortunate. Note my queen is pinned to this protection of this knight currently. So we're going to need to fix that. But he's got some... He's made some structural concessions, I'll say. And the clock's relatively even, but I don't want to get too down on time here. Not too much. I'm guessing... I would be surprised if he doesn't play knight g4. If he doesn't play knight g4, I'm probably missing something. Maybe he recaptures on e4 first, but that doesn't make any sense because you want my pawn to be on that. Alright. I'm going here. Protecting the square. Taking with the rook. Can't go here quite yet. Not quite yet. And now this is under fire, so maybe we've worked our way into something. But maybe not. We'll see. Maybe he goes like bishop here or something. I don't really want to take this pawn. This knight here thing might start coordinating well with the bishop, although my knight here is very annoying. Although it's about to get traded off if I do that, so I don't know. So the thing is, knight here, knight takes, knight here, here. His bishop and knight can't occupy the same diagonal, but his knight's going to be here, so never mind. Bishop here doesn't work because my queen's here, right? Because in this scenario, I'm not trading off all the pieces. I mean, I don't think my position's great, but I also don't think I'm losing by any stretch of the imagination, so... Maybe I should find a way to tuck my king away. Or just play rook here. Maybe I just clog up this diagonal. I'm not sure. I don't like this knight though. Important to notice that my bishop's still here. So like maybe I'm even looking at if the bishop moves here or off the defense. I have something convenient, like just taking. So maybe I should be looking at this idea more. I feel like my pieces have a lot of potential energy. I feel like the only piece that's really solid for him is this bishop. So, I got the better structure. Allegedly. I got the better pieces. So what am I missing? I'm also ahead of now 2 minutes on the clock. Okay, he played a move we were expecting. Now, should I go knight here? Or should I take knight here? Honestly, I think I go here just to protect the knight. Like, I don't see how his pieces are happy. Although this does leave this square. I really don't want to lose that knight. I just want to keep my pieces on. This doesn't seem good. Pawn takes, knight here. I'm just going to take this. It's a pawn. It's a pawn, allegedly. But we might just lose the game here. I don't know. I don't know. But I don't feel dead. But we might be dead. Well, now I am thinking about just opening up the position. I'm not sure this is the best idea, but it's the idea that I have. Now, if I capture here first, he has this intermezzo. So I should probably just take, rook takes, and then take here. And then I even have this, and this looks great. Getting off his dark squared bishop, and I'm just up on exchange and a couple pawns, so I mean our position's looking great. And I didn't even have to, I'm just enjoying the game, you know? I feel quite comfortable right now. Good pieces, good moves. It'll add up. Alright, this feels like it just blunders, but you know, we got 2 minutes. I'm just gonna take knight here, rook takes, queen takes, and then we extract the knight. And we're just up material still. Keeping in mind that we would be threatening checkmate in 2 there, because this king can't escape the corner if he takes this pawn. So what I'm calculating is knight takes, rook takes, queen takes, knight here, queen takes, queen check, king here, and queen would be checkmate. So us winning this dark squared bishop is huge, because I just feel like his position, other than this, he has no real potential, and this doesn't win. So he's also running out of time. So I feel like things have gone pretty well, but still some game to be played. Yeah, I titled the previous series Journey to 3000 as more of like just kind of like a joke of like, I don't even know. I never expected anybody to actually watch my show, but a lot of people showed up, and all of a sudden there's so much pressure on me to like win my games and not feel like an idiot. And then I was also pushing myself to upload every day, because it was initially meant to be like a practice thing, like get a game in every day, get a solid review in every day. And then, man, like, it's like the #1 like textbook way to burn yourself out. And that's exactly what happened. But I'm gonna do a more laid back approach this time, and just try to keep the chess entertaining and not make it all about a number, which that's all 3000 is. It's a number. That's all 2300 is. It's a number. That's all 2000 is. It's a number. We're all having fun. We're all enjoying the game. And we don't need numbers to enjoy the game. That said, I did win the game, which, you know, feels great. But maybe that's part of the problem. I also keep looking away from my mic, which is also, it's definitely part of the problem. I just did it again, as I was saying I was doing it, but it's okay. Let's jump into the game review. And one thing about not worrying about the chess as much is I will remember to switch this to analysis. Yes. If I remember how. Okay. Uh-oh. There we go. Okay. So, game review likes how we played. Says we did a good job. I'm happy. Book moves, fee encoded variation. I've never actually studied white openings. I've mainly just looked at the database as to what works. So I'm actually pretty bad, but the thing I'm worst at is defending against d4, I think. I just need to actually study. I'm pretty comfortable against e4, though. I'm pretty much like my Sicilian. All right, I'm just like vaguely watching this, but I thought it was going to stop at a key move, but it didn't. Okay, here's a key move. What? Hello? I'm not clicking anything, it's just going. It's just going. It's not, doesn't care about my input. Even, I can't click away. Okay, pause, there you go. Alright, let's see where I made a first mistake. By skipping to the end of the game. You can tell how often I review my games, which was honestly part of the problem before. Gotta review games, even if it's tough. But this one is gonna be easy to review because I won. It doesn't actually like F4, which surprises me, but I would be worried about this. But I guess since I haven't committed anything here, this isn't a concern because I can just take it. And then it's just a different type of position. Maybe if his knight was more active, I should be more worried about going F4. Well, that doesn't make sense to me either. I don't know. I did like our response though. To the way when he moves his knight back early, going here. Although it wants to play F4 here too, which is interesting. Oh, I did play knight G2. Yeah, I was talking about bishop F3 before, but it actually wants F4 at castles. But is this really a mistake? It's not the best move, but it's an okay move. But castling, I just need to recognize what? That E takes D4. What was I worried about? I was worried about this. I didn't want to weaken this diagonal anymore. But the computer doesn't care. And maybe I even want a fianchetto here. So maybe I'm getting like my cake and eating it too in this position, but yeah, I just got to keep that in mind. Like this backwards knight move, I got more flexibility in how I do my setup. So maybe I don't have to commit to E3, which my bishop kind of wanted to be on this diagonal in the game. I don't know if you remember. There was definitely a position where my bishop wanted to end up there. Okay. Knight here was a missed win. What did I do wrong? I go knight here? I don't. Okay, where is it? Where am I missing the win? Alright, okay, I'm just looking at the screen. E takes F5, rook takes F5. Then knight B5. Oh, now his knight's pinned. I can use this pin earlier as opposed to waiting like I did for it to come up later. And now his pieces are just too tangled. And his... Right, because he doesn't even have the option to take this way because of this. So I remember evaluating this at this position, and I missed that fact because now the knights aren't protecting each other. So maybe I should take a... That's like the one risk to calculating a lot early and not verifying it later, is that you miss these things that, you know, should be relatively simple to see, but I mean, I did like somehow later on recognize that that bishop was actually strong. It's kind of the whole point of the variation. But after this, I mean, not only am I getting a rook, I'm immediately winning the bishop pair and getting his two most powerful pieces, and his structure's dead after this. And the line that I was calculating was this. Like, and then if he like takes a pawn, just checkmate. But you know, this position's pretty hopeless anyway. Were there any other big mistakes that I made? Queen D2. Want something like H3. Maybe to give some room for my knight to hit, and then also noticing later on that this knight made my position uncomfortable. So giving room for my bishop and putting my king on a better square so that I can continue the attack on this front. That makes sense to me. Knight takes F4. Doesn't actually like knight takes F4. Once bishop takes F4. So that maybe I can just take... Maybe... I'm not sure why it wants me on that diagonal. Maybe in the future when F4 comes, it just doesn't come with as much oomph. But it feels like my bishop's clogging up my position, but maybe I don't understand the position as well. Well, actually, I'm still threatening this, aren't I? I'm just now realizing that. My knights actually cover each other pretty well still. Because they only don't cover each other when I move my knight over here, and then my queen's kind of less isolated. So it seems like a better coordinating move from that perspective. I don't know if that's what the computer's going for, but that's what I'm taking from it. Doesn't like a4 at all, which surprises me. I'm guessing I had some sneaky tactic here. Once what? Once knight e6. Wants me to just jump in right away. Bishop takes, d takes. Well, is a4 really his best move here? I was worried about him just corralling this with like rook here. Oh, now I have bishop g5, rook takes, e takes. And then there's a double pin. Interesting. I didn't figure I could make use of this quick enough. But I guess I could. I mean, like, I saw this move. And I saw, like, this, but I didn't see a way to get involved in the position quick enough. I just need to... I think the theme of this game is that I'm underestimating my own bishop here. Because as soon as you start opening things up, this becomes a really powerful piece. Especially with his rook still in the square. Anyway, so a bunch of misses. Still with 96. But after this, I think we played... Well, we missed that too, but we already went over that. We got what we wanted anyway, because he didn't really respond to it. But he could have. So we gave him chances, but he didn't take them. Anyway, I made a point earlier in the game, around, what, here? Like this tension. It's very hard to make a correct move. Like these are like the non-forcing positions where you still have to make quality moves are the hardest to play in chess. Like the best players know how like to work with all their pieces here because they just understand the position so well. And it's like trying to find useful moves. Like where are my pieces going to be useful long term based on the potential of this position. And not just like mindlessly resolving the tension. And like, okay, here he has a reason to because he wants this knight to get in, but like this is what I wanted. Like him resolving the tension is the pathway to develop my pieces. And whoever does it first, it's the same for him too, because whoever does it first gets like the extra move almost. So by me waiting, I feel like I get an initiative here. Like the very key thing is like after this, I feel like I have an initiative because if he doesn't play super accurately, I'm just comfortable. Like, okay, he played... So after this position, he played bishop e2, and that's losing. And that should be a sign that, like, I really do have, like, an initiative here. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This has been day one, because I'm enjoying chess now and not trying to be the best, but trying to improve what I can when I can, but also enjoy myself. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Hopefully that was entertaining, and I'll see you guys next time.